Hi, Shalom Alaikum. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Racha Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in all true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to tie this lesson through patience and comfort of the scriptures. Because at the end of the day, when all hell break loose, that's the only thing we're gonna have, is patience and comfort of the scriptures. Which let's get the scriptures. Romans 15:4. It reads, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning." See, so that lets you know, just concerning the stories of the Bible, which were actual events that played out on the planet Earth, was really a prelude to what's gonna play out in this lifetime. Concerning the men of old, Daniel when he was cast into the lion's den, the three holy children, dealing with the apostles and what they had to go through being locked up, and those things was ultimately a prelude was going to play out in this lifetime, man. Because the devil, the so-called white man, Esau Edom, is coming down with great wrath. We coming to a serious time, very solemn time, man. So the only thing that's gonna uphold us, and is ultimately these scriptures, man. Believing in the precept, because that's what it's gonna come down to. Trusting in the precept, the doctrine, So this is, read it again, Romans 15:4. It reads, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope." See, why? Because when we read these different stories that played out, or events, because they actually happen, because nigga might read the story of, like I said, Daniel and the lion's den, and they package it as a good old campfire story. No, that's an actual event that played out on the planet Earth, and we're gonna go through these situations once again. It's not gonna be a literal lion's den. This time it's gonna be a concentration camp. But the point is, we might have hope, because why? We read the latter end. Those men were delivered from those situations and scenarios the Lord put them in, man. You know what I mean? So matter of fact, let's get some real quick. Is that it's Sirach 2, I believe. Sirach 2, yeah. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, Sirach chapter 2, verse 10. It reads, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?" See, so as you can see, the Lord is telling us is to look at the generations. Oh, go back and look at the things that was written aforetime and see, the latter end of those men, they pretty much, Yahweh shall preserve them from those perils, those different scenarios, those sticky situations, man. So ultimately, it's gonna play out in its perfection in this lifetime, man. But that's why I said, look at the generations of old, because they say you look at the three holy children. Matter of fact, let's get that. Because why did the three holy children, was cast into the furnace? Because they didn't bow to the image, man. So how much more in this lifetime, with this technology has increased, and Esau, his driving forces is by hatred and wrath. This nigga acknowledged that he's about to go down. So how much more this that pressure, we come to some very serious times, man. So let's just get a quick example. And and then we can move on. This is Daniel 3, and I just get to the point. I start at verse 14. Well, with the whole chapter, Lord will, I'm gonna have to touch on this. The whole chapter bad because this is you go into Daniel 3, third chapter, is once again playing out in this lifetime, man. See, the scripture wasn't just there, like I said, you read it and it's an old good campfire story. These things are actually going to play out once again in this lifetime, man. You know, it was going to actually play out in its perfection in this lifetime. Even though these things actually happened, but it was for us to consider and have patience and comfort, you know, other things that was written. You know what I mean? So Daniel 3, I started verse 14. It said, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do ye not serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? And this was after they was accused of, not bowing down to the image, and they was brought up to to Nebuchadnezzar, which is going to happen in this lifetime. You know, it says, Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And this point, and who is that power that shall deliver you out of my hand? See, so they was presented back then as, to bow down to. They literally had to bow down to the image when they hear the music. Well, in this lifetime, you're gonna bow down to that image by the way of taking that thing, and you see the approach Nebuchadnezzar had. Who is that power that shall deliver you out of my hands? Which we know the answer to this. Matter of fact, let's just get to the point, just for time's sake. They pretty much was cast into the furnace. So, finna answer the question of Nebuchadnezzar, who is that power that is going to be Yahushua, man, at the end of the day, for the ones that stood stiffly. So this Daniel 3, and I'm going to jump down to verse 23. It said, And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. See, so as you can see, they was tied up as well, man. It wasn't like they had they arms was free. They would be able to climb out of nothing. No, it was set up. They were bound, and they was thrown into the furnace. So to let you know, it wasn't anything carnal that they could do, to get out of that situation. Oh, it tells you. Matter of fact, let's jump back up to let's get this. Matter of fact, verse 16. Let's jump out to verse 16. Matter of fact, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said unto the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. See? And that's the approach they took. That's faith, man. It says, But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. See? So, because, some of us, we're going to have to die for this truth, man. But be it known, let it be known. We're not going to serve you, man. We're not going to serve your gods or your image. And that's what's going to take place in this time. It tells you that be faithful unto death. We're going to be tried 10 days, which is ultimately a period of time. We're going to be cast into prisons. These things, once again, is about to take place. But we got a scripture for it now, to be comforted, just like Peter, Paul, they was cast into prison. And guess what? They were delivered, man. The angel, led Peter out of the prison. The earthquake is what broke Paul and Silas from the prison, man. We got a precept to comfort us when these situations come. Dealing with the famine, the troops coming down. It's stories dealing with those situations and the men of the Lord getting out of it, man. So that is what's gonna comfort the precepts. That's why just going back to Sirach, the second chapter. That's why the Lord constantly said, "Look at the generations old. Who did ever trust in the Lord and was confounded? Who abided in His fear and was forsaken?" You know, so let you know there's gonna be a point in time you was gonna be in a sticky situation, but the Lord's gonna get you out of it. But the cheat code to it. Oh, matter of fact, the cheat code. Let's get it. The book of Isaiah. Isaiah 33 and verse 6, it said, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time." See, this is what's going to keep us in the mind, man. Because a lot of people is going to fall apart when all hell breaks loose. Even the ones that know they are Israelites, they're going to fall apart, man. Because they took this truth lightly. They didn't see it as a solemn assembly, man. You know what I mean? So when all hell break loose, they're gonna fall apart. But the ones that take this truth serious, that actually abide in Yahushua, that actually live in it, this is gonna be stability of our times. It says, "and strength of salvation." See, the fear of the Lord is His treasure, which is concerning His truth, man. See, that's the cheat code. This is what's gonna uphold us and keep us, and the Lord is gonna do the rest. You got a precept dealing with the famine, then that precept actually activate. Or the brother Aaron say, see, it's gonna get to the point these precepts actually gonna activate. See, when the famine happens, somebody actually gonna be preserved from it, man. It's spirits on the planet Earth that's actually gonna be preserved from the famine. It's spirits on the planet Earth that's gonna be preserved from all these sad perils. But the kicker, you gotta be in the know. And whenever situation come about, you meditate on that precept that, like just going back into this. The three holy children was presented with death if they didn't bow down to the image. And we reading the results. They told Nebuchadnezzar the Lord will deliver us out of their hand, but just say, if not, just for prophecy's sake, because it said some of us will have to be killed, for this truth, man. Let it be known that we're not going to worship thy God or thy golden image, man. You know what I mean? So let's jump down back to verse 23 again. It said, "And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace." It said, "Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, Did we not cast 3 men bound in the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the fourth is like the Son of the Most High," which is Yahushua, man. So that's it. That's that power that's going to deliver us from these said perils. And that was every time. Anytime the men of the Lord was preserved or delivered, Yahushua was right there, man. That what he was. His name in itself lets you know he's the deliverer. So all these situations that's going to come about is going to be Yahushua that's going to step in and preserve us from these things. But just going back, just this situation right here, this scenario, this event that actually played out on the planet Earth, that, we might have to go through a situation of this matter. Not exactly the same. Like I said, it ain't like you got an oven in the same room. This nigga telling you, if you don't do this, I'm going to throw you. It might be a guillotine, or you might have a firing squad or some shit like that, or whatever. It's the same scenario, but you got a precept in the back of your mind. You can meditate on this too. Now this is going to stabilize you. This is that strength of salvation. Like I said, that precept actually activates now. Then it plays out. You deliver. Somehow you disappear or anything. You know what I mean? But the Lord going to make it happen, man. So, matter of fact, I'm going to end off on this. The book of Sirach, Ecclesiastes, just get to the point. Sirach, Ecclesiastes 51. And you know what? I started something. It said they compassed me on every side, and there was no man to help me. I looked for the succor of man, but there was none. See, so meaning what? We're gonna be surrounded. Meaning what? It's not gonna be no corner outlets. You know what I mean? For any situation the Lord put us through, especially when all hell break loose during Jacob's trouble. I said the famine, the troops, martial law, concentration camps, anything. It's nothing corner that we can do to get out the situations. That's why I said I look for. There was no man to help me. I look for the succor of men. See, that's all. That's going down to a gun, to bags of rice, a bunker. You know what I mean, just a nigga thinking he gonna live off the land and just ride it out. It's not gonna work. That's why I said there was none. This the point right here. Then thought I upon thy mercy. See, you thought about a precept. You thought about Daniel the 3rd chapter. You thought about Acts the 12th chapter. These Acts 16. Different. Like I said, going to dealing with Elisha when that the Syrian army came. It tell a great host came out to Elisha. You know, as well as a plethora of other events that the scriptures recorded, you know. And what was the latter end of those men? The Lord delivered them, man. So it's the comfort of the scriptures. That's you know, the patience and comfort of the scripture. Because it ain't like it was right then and there the Lord delivering just that one little piece of affliction, then the Lord pulled him out the fire. No, it was a build up, it was drama to everything that played high him, man. You know? Oh, he's just going back to Peter. They thought Peter was a ghost, man, when he knocked on the door. That's how serious it was. Because I believe it was James that got beheaded, and they just thought Peter, once he got locked up, that was it. You know? So it was drama to everything dealing with deliverance. See, deliverance comes with drama, man. And we once again is about to see it in its perfection, man. Yeah, I mean, and that's why the only thing that's gonna keep us is really this word, man. Cause ain't nothing else. Anything outside of this is not gonna work. Just going back to that verse up, it said there was none to succor man, no man to help, meaning carnality. Yeah, it could be a literal person, but also just carnality. Like I said, guns, rice, beans, a bunker. Anything you put your trust in, you perceive as power or strength, is not going to work. The only thing that's going to work is believing in His word. Yeah, I mean. So verse 8 again, it reads, Then thought I upon thy mercy, O Lord, Yahweh Ashmael Shai, and upon thy acts of old. See? So that lets you know the Lord didn't put Job through hell just so you can read about it and say, yep, Job, man. Or like I said, Daniel and Lion then. You read, or you summarizing what it played out around the fireplace. Like that's a good story. No, man. Those things actually played out. But it was set up for us to consider. That's why I said, then thought I upon thy mercy. See? O Lord, and upon thy acts of old, how thou deliverest such as wait for thee. See? That patience. And savest them out of the hands of the enemy. See? So that's what these scriptures is for, is to keep us. And, you know, it said these men didn't go through nothing just to go through it. And you read and say, yeah, that's a good story, man. No, it was set up for us to consider and apply in this lifetime. Because that's what it's going to play out in its perfection, man. You know what I mean? All those stories of the scriptures was really prophecy that was going to play out in this lifetime. You know, why you think Egypt always constantly being brought up? Because Egypt is playing out once again through America. It's going to be a great deliverance. The Lord once again is about to glorify His name, man. So how much more just other things that is recorded for us to consider in this lifetime. So yeah, I just hope to edify. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teach word, not true faith and Saturday. DTA, a Bible Ball. Soon, very soon.